Hey, this is Sam,
Hannah,
and Ellie. Welcome to S.H.E.
Strap in, it's gonna be a wild ride.
The Wave.
This is podcast number 1.
Numero uno
on the big adventure.
Adventure.
So I guess we're just going to talk about how we met, why we're doing this, how we became friends. The most unlikely of friends.
Very, very unlikely.
Honestly.
It took us how many years?
About 4 years to even have a conversation.
Yeah, we didn't speak for 4 years.
Yeah.
And we were around each other a lot. And never even said hi. Nothing ever.
Wait, so what sparked it?
Hotel Zoso.
Hotel Zoso. We were there, out there for a mutual friend's birthday. And our boyfriends were still at the casino that night. But we went to a different casino, just the girls did, I'm pretty sure. And when we got back, the 2 other girls we were with ended up going to bed, and it was kind of just us sitting out there, and then we just got to talking. It was really awkward.
I was going to ask that.
Super
I was going to be like, I bet that was awkward.
We were sitting in an awkward place, too.
Yeah, it was like on a concrete bench outside of the hotel.
For sure.
Like,
not shocked. No, you probably just both sat there super uncomfortable and didn't say it.
It was painfully awkward.
Painful. But we pushed through it towards the end.
Yeah, and the cool thing was we talked about super real shit right away. It wasn't fake.
I think that's
stuff.
why it always takes me a really long time to become actual friends with people who have the same kind of personality kind of as me.
Mm-hmm.
2 people who are really shy. It takes a while,
true.
but I also just don't know how to small talk with people.
Yep,
It's
no,
hard.
or do you not?
No, not at all. If someone's doing it for me, I can kind of follow along as long as they keep the conversation.
Yeah, but you
going.
can always tell in your face. You're
not interested.
And I
super over
I hate
it.
this so much.
Yeah.
So once we got there, we started talking about real shit.
And it was good.
Friends.
Wait, so when was this? His birthday was
September of 2018.
Yeah, so we've been friends officially for a year.
About a year.
Wowie.
Same with you, kind of.
Well, yeah, I mean, I think around that time, was I with the demon man?
Oh my god. Are you sure you want to call him the demon man?
Yeah, why not?
He might be a guest on the podcast.
That's okay, he'll get over it. I'm sure he'll make very light of it. And I'm sure he used to call me Newport Nightmare openly.
Were you still with him then?
Feel wait, okay. Let me think about dates. Might need to use my phone for this.
In June, you guys were together, and I feel shortly after that, you guys broke up.
Oh, no, you're right.
Yeah.
Because that's when I went and stayed that awkward time with his family.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You traveled.
I traveled. I took...
She traveled. She was visiting her family. Backstory on your life. She was visiting her family friends because she grew up back east. And because her boyfriend was in his state...
No, he wasn't even my boyfriend at that point. He had...
Oh, they were broken up and he was with someone else. She Ubered to his state.
No. Excuse me. I took a bus. I was staying with my friend in Philly.
Okay, that's way worse. You should have gone with Uber.
But wait. So I stayed there. Super interesting experience. We'll get into that another
How long?
day.
No, I just want to know how long was your car ride to that state?
Well, I honestly
Bus
don't
ride.
remember. Guys, you know how when you're going to see a guy that you've been hooking up with, it's been a while, you're ready to fuck, and all you can think about is how you're gonna get dick down.
Yeah.
You know that feeling. Yes. Well, that was pretty much all I was thinking about. I had no idea. No recollection from when I got on the bus to when I got there.
So you
Zero.
soberly blacked out.
Idea
of getting fucked.
I don't know if I'd ever be that committed to getting dick is traveling states via bus.
It was some pretty good dick. It was some pretty good dick. I'm sorry. A lot of info out there. But
that better be worth it if you're traveling multiple states to
via bus
to his parents' house.
You guys, wait. I feel really bad because my boyfriend's really excited to listen to this, and this is what the first episode is going to be. But anyway,
he'll come into the next. Don't worry.
He will. So so I got there, I'm there for a while, and then I Ubered back home. That I remember.
Uber
it was a
everywhere.
3.5 hour Uber. 3.5 hours. And this man
For a
smelled
different-
so horrible. Like the whole car smelled like vomit. And I had to sit in this for 3.5 hours. So yes, I was very committed to the dick.
You did like the car ride of shame for 3 hours.
Yup.
With the vomit man.
With the vomit man.
Was it worth it?
Looking back on it, absolutely not. No.
But were you like chill in your Uber ride back?
I think so. I was very confused.
Yeah, you were.
Extremely confused.
Yeah.
But were we friends then? That's what this is all
No,
getting
me
back
and
to.
you were not friends yet.
We were not friends.
No.
Were
I
we
think-
friends?
Yeah, we were.
This was after I forced you to be friends with me?
I don't know. No, I don't think so. I think we're still like in awkward phases, like trying to be friends before you forced me.
Mm-hmm. When did that happen? I like literally can't remember.
Whenever The Bachelor started last year.
I think it was even before that. I was
Okay,
like,
wait,
whose-
so let's
whose
finish
season was it?
your dick
oh
story.
god. I thought we avoided that.
Nice try.
So what else? What else is there to tell?
So wait, the whole family situation, like.
Oh yeah.
Or
She went
whose house was it?
It was his parents' house that I
Like
stayed
his
in.
mom or his
His
dad?
mom and dad. I think. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, they're together. I'm pretty sure. I don't even.
Did you meet his parents?
Yeah.
Did you
they
have a
loved
conversation?
me. His mother left me a little note in the morning saying, "I hope you have a
Hope
great
your dick
day."
appointment was great.
Ew.
But like, it's just it was very strange. Like, it was so weird because the first night I stayed there, he was like, "What do you think? We're gonna stay at my parents' house? Like, we're not doing that." And so we stayed at a hotel together, which was wonderful. I would have spent the rest of the time there, but then he was like, "Nope, we're going back to my parents' house." And I'm like, "All right, guess we're doing that." And yeah, they were really nice. It was a fine time. I left thinking that we were 100% getting back together, but brutally arrived to some different news. Because I think like he like wouldn't talk to me after that, and I was like, this is weird because I'm pretty sure this person told me a different thing. And then when I got back to California, I saw him like he was like canoodling with his now baby mama, and I was very confused. Very hurtful times.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I'm scarred by these times too.
Yeah, I'm sure you are. But like, were we close then, or is that what I used to like?
It was definitely something he talked to me about, but we weren't like super close.
True. I'm pretty sure everything just gets laid on the table.
Okay, so super backstory. I met Ellie like 8 years ago.
Yeah.
And then we're like acquaintances, kind of.
Well, I guess we should say like we're all sober.
Yeah.
None of us drink.
And that's how we all have like met each other, kind of.
Mutual friends.
We went to the same treatment center, but at different times.
Yeah, and then we met through like oh my god, see, another man. I feel like I like based the timeline of my life on like what man I was sexually involved with. But anyway, I was seeing the guy that you were all friends with, and then that's how I got like brought into that then.
Yeah. So
that was very short-lived.
Like randomly would run into each other every once in a while, like 8 years ago. And then
Didn't really
you kind
speak.
of just like disappeared for a very long time.
Yes. Then I was in my full-blown relationship for 4 years.
Anyways, and then she randomly popped back up into our lives, dating one of our friends, like in our main friend circle. And then that's how we got reconnected. Ellie is a very outgoing personality.
Vibrant, vivacious, if you will.
Oh my god. I want to say overload would be like my best descriptive word for you.
It's my favorite one. It's my favorite one. It makes me feel real good.
And I've been traumatized by someone with a similar personality, not the same person as this person, but like when I don't know someone super well, and like those are the first things I see about them, I'm like, red flag, get the fuck away from me. Like, we are not ever going to be friends ever. Yeah. And then Ellie decided to force me into hanging out with her one-on-one. I would watch The Bachelor.
Colton season.
Yeah,
But I don't even.
Colton
I
season.
feel like it was before that. I feel like I was like.
No, I remember.
You were like trying, but like I wasn't really giving into it.
Oh yeah, no, you weren't. You
Yeah.
weren't. I tried very
No.
hard.
Yes, you did. And then you're like, I'm coming over to watch The Bachelor with you. And I was like, oh, fuck. Alright, Ellie's coming over to watch The Bachelor with me. And I'm sure I was extremely awkward.
Yeah, it was.
I was like, probably just trying
But
to
I feel like
watch
I
the
can
show.
really. I feel like I can really like just wade through that. You know, like.
You definitely don't give up.
No, I don't. And I think it's pretty easy for me to like cut the bullshit and just talk about real shit right away. Like, maybe I'll start out with some small talk, but it's not easy for me to like open up and be like, hey, this is what's going on in my life, what's going on in yours. So I guess that helped maybe.
Yeah. And then eventually every week she'd come over to watch The Bachelor and we became friends.
Yep.
And then how did you two?
I started coming over for The Bachelor as well.
Oh yeah,
yeah.
that's right.
And that's when girls' night started.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And then slowly but surely girls' night dwindled.
And
And
now
there's
we're
probably like 5 of us.
Yeah,
Mhm.
maybe. No, I feel like at some points there were like 6.
It varied in numbers.
Yeah.
It varied
Yeah.
in numbers.
I think it was like 6 for a while.
Mhm.
Yeah,
It was.
And now we're down to 3.
down to 3.
We're still friends with the majority of people, but
Yeah.
like
But we're just
Just
always
Wednesday
down to
nights
hang out on
hanging out.
Wednesday.
Yeah.
Sam moved into my neighborhood. Ellie's down
yeah.
the street.
Yep.
We live
And
really
then
close.
last Wednesday we decided to go and see a fucking psychic. Good idea, you two.
I had a great time. Honestly,
Yeah.
I was pretty. What was hurtful for me was like hearing.
Hurtful?
Yes, it was hurtful.
You
My
had the
heart
best
hurt.
You're not gonna make this
No,
about you right now.
No, what I
It's
was.
hurtful for me.
You bitch. What I mean was, I felt bad that mine was good after like it was not a
Okay.
good feeling
It was-
to hear
it
my
was-
best
it
friend's
was-
life being ravished, whatever that word is, being like torn apart by this woman I've never met.
But
It was very
backstory.
intense. It was very intense in the room.
Backstory, on our way there, we were already nervous going into it. Like, when we expressed that to each other, like, this is a little nerve-wracking going to a
This
psychic.
has also been like the hardest year of our lives.
Yes. It's been a really hard year, and on the way we were like, we need to stop jinxing it. It's going to be a good experience. We were really hoping for the best, and when we got there, she's like, who wants to be the guinea pig? And we were silent, and Hannah's like, fuck, I guess I'll go. And she just tore Hannah to shreds.
Yes,
and it was
that's
really
too
sad to
much.
watch.
So basically a little bit of backstory on me too. I was sober for 7.5 years and then relapsed, and then the last 6 months I've been like really struggling to stay sober. And so that was one of the things I was joking about in the car. And then I was like, we should probably stop saying that. And then my pessimistic ass was like, no, it's probably like gonna be real bad for me. And I walk in there and it was real bad for me. She told me basically that I'm either not going to stay sober or struggle like extremely hard for the next 2 years to stay sober. I'm engaged and I've been with my fiance for like in January will be 8 years. We live together, just bought a house, like we have like a legit life together. We have 2 little pigs. They're French bulldogs.
But they're actually pigs.
Everyone refers to them as the pigs, little Honey and Booger. Like full blown life. And so she told me that Nick is not my person. I'm going to marry a governor or someone in politics, but she kept going for the governor thing.
She was strong about the governor.
Also,
Yeah.
Hannah didn't wear her engagement ring because
I didn't want to give this bitch no clues.
she didn't want her to know. Which like I feel like maybe it might have been different if you did.
Yeah. Okay, but she told me that Nick isn't my person. I'm gonna marry a governor and have 3 kids with this governor. And I was like, fucking, like, we were all kind of like, what the fuck?
But where does the
That was
governor
very
come from?
strange.
How do you know the
Yeah,
governor?
and she was like, well, maybe he's not a governor yet, but he will be. And it's someone that's around you all the time. Like, you've been around this person for a long time. And, like, I'm not I'm not attracted to any of our guy friends.
Well, okay, and so
How?
that led me to come up with some things.
And this
God,
is
okay,
stretch.
I'm extremely pessimistic, and Ellie's the most positive, twist things kind of person I've ever met in my entire life.
Yeah.
So
That's
to me,
what I'm
this is
impressed.
an insanely huge stretch, and I think she's just doing this to try to make
No,
me feel better.
this is legitimately how I feel because there's no other man that he
Let
is
it out.
around all the time. So I feel like
I'm around a lot of dudes all the time.
yeah, that's true, but you're not like cool. I guess the only one that you're close with, but like we did a hard ixnay on that one. So
And my fiance is tattooed from his neck down.
well,
his hands, everything.
listen. So I think that it is him, and he's just gonna go through some huge personality like shift, and like he's the kind of guy who really does like he changes a lot.
Oh,
Quite often.
I have whiplash. Yes.
So I feel like he's gonna go through some huge shift, and then I could really see this man. He's also my boss, by the way. Fun fact. I could really see this man doing some like dirty politics kind of thing, like money driven, like behind the scenes.
His first response to
Type
me
thing.
telling him this was, "Yeah, I could be a kind of slimy politics ass
Yes,
person."
exactly. And so that's
His response.
that is why
Politician
I
ass.
thought that it has to be him. These people have been together basically their entire like teen and adult life. I don't see that not working out. But this lady could also be completely wrong about everything, which for me wouldn't be so great.
Yeah, and so she told me all that, and then she also, before she even like told me anything too, she would like say this thing before it to make it like way more dramatic and more intense. She'd be like, "Well, you came here to get the truth from me, I'm assuming, right?" I'm like, "Yeah." So she's like, "I can be brutally honest with you." Yeah, so obviously I know it's not gonna be good. Or another one was, "You can slap me in the face if
Oh,
you
yeah,
want to
that was-
after saying
that was
this."
very-
Like,
You should
are you
have.
kidding me?
You should have.
Yeah.
And she was like, "You have abuse problems that you need to work through, and lots of trauma, and you have deep, deep darkness within you.
Deep darkness.
And
Demons.
the room is dark. We
Demons.
went there at night. Yeah, I have lots of demons. All sorts of shit. It just started bad and just continued going
Yeah.
down and down. The only positive thing she told me was that I would never have financial problems in my life. I'd be financially secure. But that's the only thing that she said.
She saw the Porsche.
Yeah.
She saw the ring. Well, not the engagement ring.
She asked us, like, we all had to give her a personal item, and I gave her my ring. It's a Cartier ring, and so she could have definitely put the pieces together and just said that.
Yeah.
And then Ellie's reading, Ellie was, wait.
Yeah, no,
Yeah,
I
Ellie
was
was
next.
next.
And it was the best reading of my life. This woman told me that she first of all knew that I was extremely controlling. Which, like, I don't know if
You're
I
a
just,
controlling bitch, aren't you?
I don't know if I just like exude this like controlling energy or something, but
I don't know. A lot of people are picking up on it lately, apparently.
true. So anyway, she was like, "You're really controlling," but she did say, she was like, "A lot of people think it's a bad thing, but I don't know, maybe it's a good thing." And then she told me that I was going to be the president of something, and that I was going to help a lot of people and change the world. And that was exciting for me.
That
I really hope that
boosted
happens.
her ego through the
Oh yeah.
roof.
Oh yeah.
Through the roof. She walked out feeling
If she
like a
even
million
looked at you,
bucks.
she would tell you.
What?
Yeah. You.
Oh.
About your reading.
Oh yeah. I'd be like, "Do you know?"
Just
that
a
I'm gonna
stranger
change
on the
world?
street, like, did you know?
But guys,
I'm gonna
like,
be high up one
You
day.
have to
I'm gonna
know,
change
like,
the world.
you have to know. My thing from when I was like a little girl was like, I want to change the world and I want to help people, and like that's all I've ever wanted to do.
And you're going to buy a house next year?
Oh yeah. I mostly am excited about changing the world, but I am apparently going to buy a house next year. And Evan is my soulmate. That's my boyfriend, and we're going to have 4 children. 4 of them. Yeah.
Crazy.
Oh, and you're going to have 3 children.
Yeah, I mentioned
Forgot about
that.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
Oh, with
But with
Mysterious
Mr.
The
Governor.
governor.
Yeah.
That you already know somehow.
Yeah.
who's really
But she
just
did tell
gonna-
you that you need to stop focusing on
Oh,
Evan. Evan's
yes.
gone a lot.
Yes, and that has been a sad thing for me because he travels for work and he's been gone for like 2 months, and he's gonna be gone for another month, and I've been like obsessing about it, and I'll keep like bringing it up to him and being like, we need to figure out something, blah, 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 and then I'm like a psycho about it, and I keep saying it, and he's like, you need to shut the fuck up and like leave it alone. And so
obsessing.
Yeah. And so she kind of like reinforced that I should be like letting this go. But we all know that it is very hard for me to let things go.
Well, she said to take that energy that you put towards thinking about Evan all the time into your career, and that's how you'll make it. And just know that he's your person. Don't fucking like stop worrying about it and put all that energy towards your work.
Yeah. Do you see how like none of this I remembered?
Yeah, I did.
So thank you.
Yeah. And then Sam went.
She couldn't even fucking read me, first of all. I handed her the damn ring that I had on, and this bitch says to me, are you a singer? I keep like envisioning you like as a singer
with a microphone.
Or with a microphone. And if like anyone knows me, well, they just start snapping. That's a whole other story.
Sam loves to snap.
And they just make fun of me.
If she hears any music, she'll just low-key start.
It's just like she'll just be sitting there straight face, just
snapping along. Until I make fun of
sometimes
she'll
really goes for it.
Anyways, so, and you know, if anyone knows me, I'm not the most creative person out there. And she's like, well, are you a writer? Do you do anything like that? Do you
like
write?
creative.
Do you write? Yeah. And I'm like, no, I don't do any of that. And she's like, okay, well, can I see a picture of the significant other that you're with? And she all made us, you know, show pictures of our significant others. And, you know, I showed, and I'm a mom. I have a 2.5-year-old daughter. And, sorry. I showed her a picture of my boyfriend and my 2.5-year-old daughter because she said somewhere in the reading, like, oh, I feel like you're very nurturing and caring, and I'm picking up on that. So I showed her the photo, and she just had so much to say about my boyfriend. She just fell in love with him immediately. He's such a good guy. He looks scary on the outside, but he's a teddy bear.
He's amazing. She goes, oh, I really like this guy.
Yeah, that's just what she says. And I'm like, okay, are you not going to pick up on the past year that I've just gone through? Like, oh my God, she just had such great things to say about him. We're going to have 3 kids. We're going to get married super soon. We're going to have a long, happy marriage. And then she said there's some deep darkness that's been following me. And I'm like, well, is it like darkness as like a ghost or like something like a situation in my life? And she said it's a situation, so you know that could lead to other things. And I'm trying
that kind of made sense.
It totally made sense for my situation.
But also it would have made sense if it were like a spiritual, or not spiritual, but like a spirit,
a ghost situation.
Because we did have
that encounter.
Some G words. This is what Sam likes to call them, G words.
I get scared. I just get scared. I'm just a paranoid person, and I just get scared.
Yeah, but so Sam just moved out of this house, and it was like a new house just built
that year.
And you were the first person to live in it, right?
Mm-hmm.
And one night, the 3 of us and one of our other friends were like sitting on the couch, and then all of a sudden we just like looked up at each other, and like
we were watching TV, weren't talking, we weren't doing anything, and I just kind of looked at them, and I was like, did you guys just feel that? That was like the weirdest thing ever. And they kind of looked, and we were all just like, what the fuck? Yeah. Because it was just some sort of energy that I felt in myself. Like my stomach was dropping a little bit.
Yeah, it felt like,
and like tingly. Like I felt like off in my head.
Like discombobulated.
Yeah. It was the most weird feeling I've ever felt in my life, and like it was so weird that it like happened to everyone else at the exact same time.
And we were all sitting on her couch like this, and like it like something like it passed through us. And like we all like looked at each other after, we're like, did you just fucking feel that?
It was crazy.
And then I was like, it literally felt like the feeling you get right before an earthquake happens. Like you get like, you feel like off in your head. It just feels like really weird. And so we're like Googling, this was the time when the earthquake just happened here in California.
We were already skeptical.
We lived in Southern California.
There's a bunch of little ones happening after a big one. And so we're like Googling constantly, like refreshing to see if an earthquake could happen. But
no earthquakes.
No earthquake. And we looked, and then we were trying to look up different things, like different reasons why we would feel that sensation, and like ghost things would come.
That was the only
that
thing
came up.
that made sense.
Yeah.
And
there
was other stuff that happened in your house too, Sam. Like
the lights,
her lights would just go on in the back of her house.
It was crazy.
And then one night when your daughter was crying.
Yeah, everyone was there. There was probably like 10 people. It was our whole friend group just hanging out at the house, and like the dog I had at the time, R.I.P. Blue.
She didn't
she's not dead. She's with another family
She's
somewhere.
just the spawn of Satan.
She truly is.
She truly is. But she went to
She's just misunderstood.
I guess so. She just has a hard life somehow. But she went to the stairs and she was just looking, and I was like, what the fuck? And then my daughter just started screaming, and it was probably like 2:30 or 3 in the morning at this time. And I went up there, and there were 2 rooms with a bathroom in the back of the house that I never used. One was a guest room and one was a completely empty room, so they were never touched. I had no reason to go back there. All the doors were always shut, and so I went up there to go get her, and I looked because you could see the hallway. Everything was on. Every door was open. Every light was on. And no, they're not all motion censored. Only one is. They're like actual flip switches. So...
And usually all the doors are closed, all the lights are off.
Everything was open, and it fucking scared the shit out of me.
Yeah, dude, that was a scary house.
So scary.
It was just like bad energy in that house, honestly. It just
So like maybe the psychic was confused by this and like
could have easily
Well,
been.
hopefully he's not fucking following you.
I haven't felt anything in the new house I'm in. I only feel good vibes here. Mm-hmm. So I hope it stays that way.
Yeah,
I really hope it does.
Me too.
But the psychic really didn't have much else to say about me. But the only cool thing is that when she did say I was creative is that night I came up with the idea, girls, let's do a podcast.
Yeah.
And that was last Wednesday.
Yeah.
And now we're here.
And now we're here with a microphone.
Then that was on Wednesday, and then this last Saturday we made our boyfriends
go to the psychic.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Mine couldn't because he's away.
Yeah. poor Florida boy.
Poor Florida boy.
But yeah, so we made Ryan. Oh, am I not supposed to say that?
It's okay.
Okay. We made Ryan and Nick go to see the psychic, and Nick, they like FaceTime us after.
And they're not believers of this shit. They're super rational guys.
No. Ryan said he does.
Oh yeah, Ryan's like scared of it.
Yeah, he's
because he was skeptical of you going because he was like, I believe in it. Like
that's true. He did not really want me to go.
No.
Okay, so yeah, but they're skeptics to begin with.
Yeah. And so Nick's reading basically said that